authority. The messenger eunuch revealed a golden token. John saw the token and remembered his oath. With no way out, he marched back to the capital. As John prepared to enter the palace, the guards stopped him. Elizabeth had ordered John to disarm before entering. That sword was the imperial blade Elizabeth gave him herself. Elizabeth once promised John could enter without removing it. John told the eunuch to step aside. Then it happened. The soldiers pulled out another golden token, forcing John to disarm. John looks at the token and lets out a long sigh. He thought Elizabeth trusted him completely. He believed those 12 tokens would never be used. Now they are weapons used to restrain him. When John enters the Grand Hall, he questions Elizabeth on the spot. Victory is near, the Empire almost united. Why force him back at this moment? Elizabeth had believed the lies of Minister Robert. Elizabeth claims she is doing this for the people. No one could restrain the great general. Her throne would be at risk. Elizabeth insists royal power must stay in her hands. That is why she ordered the retreat. Robert stands beside her, backing her decision. He says years of war have crushed the people. The enemy is asking for peace. Robert claimed once John returned in triumph. John finally snaps. The enemy is already on its last breath. Peace now means they will return stronger later. John leads the veteran ministers to urge Elizabeth to keep the campaign going. The scene only makes Elizabeth trust Robert even more. To force John to submit, she pulls out another golden token and orders him to stand down. John lowers his head in silence. He admits fault to Elizabeth with no strength left. He stands up and leaves the hall alone. That night Elizabeth returns to her chambers. She wonders if what she did in court was right. Robert steps in again with more poison. He tells Elizabeth the throne is about to be fully hers. All she needs is to summon the imperial guards during peace talks tomorrow. The next morning at court, Elizabeth claims the enemy sent a fierce western tiger to show sincerity. She invites all ministers to watch. When the yellow cloth is lifted, the cage holds nothing more than a dog. Several senior ministers step forward in protest. A dog is a dog, not a tiger. Elizabeth removes them from office on the spot. She then asks John what he sees in the cage. John understands exactly what Elizabeth wants. He says the peace decision is hers alone. Seeing John finally bend, Elizabeth presses him to hand over the tiger seal. She plans to give the general post to Qin Hui. John warns her again, for the sake of the empire. Without his deterrence, peace will cost land power and tribute. Qin Hui accuses John on the side. He claims John keeps the seal to threaten Elizabeth. Elizabeth hears this and believes it. She decides John has grown arrogant from his victories. She pulls out the final golden token. She forces John to hand over the tiger seal. At that moment John gives up on Elizabeth completely. He takes out the seal that stayed with him for over 10 years. He resigns from every post. He turns away with a dead heart. Even then, Elizabeth believes she did the right thing. Power is finally in her hands. She thinks it is time to marry John. She does not know John is already done with her. John drinks alone outside the general's mansion. Anger takes over. He drives his spear into the wall, carving his regret. All spirit leaves him. He thinks of the empire about to fall. His black hair turns white in an instant. He changes into plain clothes, ready to vanish into the wild. Elizabeth still believes John has surrendered. She rides in a grand bridal procession to bring him into the palace. She has no idea the place is already empty.